Good morning, class. This video is going to be to kind of introduce you guys to the project for this week. We've done this project already. This is our graph and infographic project, where we are taking a graph or an infographic that we find online and we're kind of picking it apart. This one's just adjust a little bit. We're going to use a graph or an infographic from something coronavirus or COVID-19 related. And so you can pick anything. You can pick, deaths, cases in the country, in Arizona, Texas. You can find a graph or an infographic on economy effects, whatever you want to do, just so long as it has something to do with our current situation. But again, the point of this is to pick these graphs apart, to really judge them. It may be a really good graph, but we're still trying to find things that we think are wrong with them or that we should pay attention to as consumers of data and statistics. So the first part says, find a graphic from the internet that includes a statistical graph. This is the one that I picked. I just literally got online and Googled Arizona coronavirus and clicked on images, and I found this one right away. It's the first one I picked, and I just decided to use that one. Then we have arrows, boxes, shapes, and text to identify the different measures provided. Now, this one's a little bit rough because it doesn't give me a mean, a range, like a median. This is more of an infographic than it is a true graph. But I did put an arrow here that talked about the alarming headline number. Like, is that necessary? It puts a 1,656% increase in 10 days. Is that necessary? So I pointed that out right there. Then we say provide a text box explaining what the infographic is trying to do. What is it trying to convince us of? And so I put up here in the corner, cases don't necessarily equal deaths or even sick persons. In fact, cases can mean a lot of things. This is a small snapshot, as you can see, from March 19th to March 28th. And so while it looks really drastic right here, the person who made this graph, right, like it would look a lot different if you did March 19th to April 17th, which we're at right now. So that's kind of an issue here. I put in this green box right here that it's missing a scale. So again, this graph starts at 44 and goes to 773. There's no scale on the side to kind of give us an accurate depiction. We don't know that the shape of this graph is accurate whatsoever. We're just taking the word of the creator for it. I put down here that this is early. This is March 28th March 19th to March 28th. So an early increase in testing, did that lead to early increases, right? Is this that testing as we start to increase our testing, as we've kind of seen in the past couple of weeks? Something that's super important that I want you to do at the bottom is provide your source. This is from the Verde Valley Independent. I provided the link to the web page that I took this from. And then most importantly, the testing process. What testing process came about to get this data? So this says data is given by the Arizona Department of Health Services. And then inside the article, it doesn't tell us what the testing process was. And that's important. You need to understand where you're testing, what testing processes. Are these physical tests? Is this a poll? Is this a projection? Is this a guess? So a lot of important stuff in here. The last thing I put was this orange arrow that this distraction right here. It's something we've talked about early in our statistics talks with graphs and infographics. Big unnecessary images, like this is to draw your eyes here. This is what drew my eyes to this graphic when I first Googled it and looked up an image. This is why I picked this thing. But is this helping us provide and project data? No, not really. It's just something to draw your eyes to as you're reading the news article. So this is our work for this week. Last week you guys did some work on infographics and stuff like that in quizzes to kind of prepare you for this. So this is what I'm looking for. Give me boxes, give me text, pick apart an image, tell me what's good about it, tell me what's bad about it. Otherwise, make sure you guys are doing all your late work. You have an opportunity to redo quizzes and tests. Nobody should come out of this with a bad grade. Stay safe, stay busy. See you guys later.